Shalom. I am Rabbi Nathan Davidovich, speaking to you on behalf of the webyeshiva.org, speaking to you from Efrat, Israel. This Shabbat, in addition to being the time we read the last portion of the book of Exodus of Shemot, Parsha Pikudim, is known as Shabbat HaChodesh, the Shabbat of the month, because we read in the shul in a second sefer Torah, the first commandment that God gave the Jewish people. Remember that the Torah begins with the words Bereshis Bor Elokim es hashamayim es haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And Rashi right away asks, he says, why? Why doesn't the Torah begin with the first commandment given to the Jewish people? And what is that commandment? It's the commandment, HaChodesh Hazeh Yerishon L'Chodashim. This month shall be the first of the months of the year. God is telling us to make time holy, to make this month holy, to put holiness into time. And Rashi gives a reason. He says the reason the Torah didn't begin that way is because there would be people who would arise in the future who would say that this land that God created really doesn't belong to the Jews. And we will answer, God created a land, created the world, he has the right to give it to whomever he wants. So therefore, the Torah began with Bereshis rather than with this first commandment. This is an unusual commandment because this commandment was given to the children of Israel when they were still in Egypt, before they left. HaChodesh Hazeh Elochem. No other place in the Torah is it specifically told that the command was given in such a place. We learn a number of very important things from this commandment. First of all, we learn the importance of putting holiness into our time, making the time holy. God wants us to sanctify time. God wanted us to sanctify time, and he did this, commanded this at a time when the children of Israel were at their lowest level, still serving the idolatry of Egypt, sunk to the lowest, nearly the lowest possible level in Egypt. And yet it is there that God gave the command, teaching us that this Torah, not only this mitzvah of a Chodesh, not only teaches us the concept of putting holiness into time, but teaches us the concept of renewal, the concept that we can change. The Jewish people are compared to the moon, not the sun. The moon changes its shape every single day, every single night. The sun doesn't. The sun remains the same. The moon goes from a full moon to going down to nothing. The last day of the month, of the lunar month, it's completely gone. And then it's starting again. And it is changing every single day. Torah is telling us that we Jews have the power within us to change, to renew ourselves. Nisan, which starts, the month of Nisan starts Saturday night, that's Rosh Chodesh Nisan, is the holiday of renewing ourselves. The Ben Ish Chai talks about this commandment of HaChodesh, and he says what this commandment does is to give power to the Jewish people to wake themselves up, to renew themselves in the service of God. And he also says, that when it says HaChodesh Hazeh Lochem, this month will be for you, it says that gives us the power that everything is in our hands. We can change everything. Looking at the concept of putting holiness into time, there's an interesting story that Rabbi brought down. It's in the name of the Ben Ish Chai. And he tells a story of a father who's teaching math to his son. And he asks his son, his young son, a simple question. If there are 10 birds sitting on a gate and a hunter shoots one of them, how many are left? The child answers, 1 is left. The father says, why don't you say that 9 are left? He only shot 1 bird. The child replied, after he shot 1, all the others flew away. All he is left with is 1 dead bird. And the Ben Ish Chai explains that throughout a person's life, he is chasing gold and silver and wasting his years without a significant true accomplishments. He doesn't realize that he has captured dead birds. Everything alive, such as Torah and mitzvahs, doing good deeds, flew away, leaving him without anything. Another story that demonstrates how we can change in a moment and how what we're doing may seem insignificant to us, but it has monumental consequences. They tell a story about a man who was called Nasan the sinner. He's a person who committed a lot of sins. And once he had the opportunity to commit a very terrible sin, and he controlled himself. He didn't do it. A few days later, Rabbi Akiva saw him riding on a donkey, and he saw his face was shining like the sun, and like there was a halo above his head of holiness. So Rabbi Akiva asked his students, who is that man? And they said, this is Nasan, the lowly sinner. And Rabbi Akiva says, do you see anything above his head? No, we don't see anything. So he tells him, bring him to me quickly. Rabbi Akiva told Nasan, my son, an aura of light is glowing on your head, so I know you will merit the world to come. Tell me, what good deed did you do? And Nasan told him he didn't give in to his temptations this one time and held back from transgressing a very grave sin. He said he had committed many sins before, but this time he was able to control himself. And Rabbi Akiva was stunned that Nasan had such strong willpower. He said, you did a great deed, and God placed this aura of light above your head, and the reward is in this world. In the next world, you will certainly become much holier and greater because of this good deed. He says, now my son, listen to me. Sit before me, and I will teach you Torah. Nasan became his student. His heart opened for Torah. With a short time, he became a scholar, became the holy Tana in the Mishnah from Nasan Tzutzia, which are mentioned by our sages. And the story teaches us many lessons. And the important lesson, and this is tied in to Parsha HaChodesh, the concept of renewal, of starting again. The lesson is never too late to begin. Despite the late start, Nasan Tzutzia made a turnaround, became a great tzaddik and scholar. And this is the lesson of Shabbat HaChodesh. A person can change. They once asked the great Gaon of Vilna, Rabbi Yahu, they said, how did you become such a Gaon? How did you become so brilliant? And he used a play on words in Yiddish. He says, as Mevilner Kenmer, if we want to, we can do it. We only have to want to do what is good. God will help us the rest of the way. So let us remember to put holiness into our time. Don't waste these precious moments that we have in this life. Put holiness into it. Act with kindness, with love. Don't act by worshiping idols with anger toward your fellow man. Work with love towards your fellow man. I wish all of us a wonderful Shabbat on behalf of the webyeshiva.org, and let's take these messages to heart, and all of us together renew ourselves to make a better people and a better world. Shabbat Shalom.